If it's the end of the earth, you might as well dance, huh? It's the end of the world. Everything's burning. They try to pin it on a spotted owl. Can you believe that? I was just inspired by a conversation that I had this morning. And I was reminded of the spotted owl. When I was in junior high, that's what it was all about. Save the owl. Oh, well, don't hurt the owl. What's the spotted owl? Well, it's a little owl and it has spots, so we gotta stop. We gotta stop We gotta stop tending to our business to save the spotted owl. I never saw a spotted owl. Did you ever see a spotted owl? They're on the endangered list. You know? And then, lo and behold, it's all a croc. They tried to pin it on a spotted owl. I recommend going and looking at a scene. If you haven't seen the movie with Robin Williams, the 1992 film called Toys with Robin Williams. Rest in peace, homie. I got that for him. Plus, it keeps my ass anchored on the earth because things are trippy, y'all. So this movie, go check out this movie. This has been one of my favorite movies, favorite movies, because I liked it at such a young age, and it's always kept a favorite movie, like top 5 favorite movie spot, because it's poignant. And then I went into the Air Force and I was like, holy shit, it's toys. This is toys. This is all toys. This is all... Thanks for the hints there, Robbie RW. And so I was thinking about the spotted owl and how they like to, So that's what they did, is they got lazy. See, there was all these... When towns were created, then governments and structures were formed. It was like, okay, we're going to be the advocate of the community. We're going to make sure the little community has everything. That was the idea. That's what we thought. I think they had different ideas. And that's their different ideas are playing out right now. And love Firefly. I'm such a geek. I'm such a nerd. You're such a dork. You're so weird. What's weird is the shit they left when they canceled Firefly. The stuff that they kept. That's what's weird to me. Anyway, so they used to trim all the forests and stuff, because growing up in Northern California, it's always fire but you always saw crews working. You always saw, but then they started cutting funds and saying stuff like, we gotta save the owls and stuff like that. And then so people get on board, because Lord mercy, gotta save all the owls. But there were never even any really owls. I mean, there were owls, there are owls, they're always endangered species. The thing of it is, they lied about it, because those motherfuckers, they don't care about owls. They don't care about animals, because if they cared, they would have done their due diligence this whole time and maintained the forest. See, when you grow up around forests, you know the importance of maintaining and keeping things clear to keep this from happening. They just cut funds in important areas. I mean, when growing up, they used to have like California Conservation Corps. They used to have it was all slave labor. People going out and freaking making sure trails are cleared and all that stuff. And people will do that for free, because we are the custodians of the earth. And you people say, no, you can't do that. It's against the law. And there's liabilities and there's rules and regulations. And this is our land and this is our land. Well, guess what? You didn't take care of the land. So now people are dying, fleeing from their homes, because the bureaucrats just kept buying themselves bigger trucks and bigger signs that say, vote because we care for people, and all this landfill. And they didn't do the work. So now California, just like they did in Australia, because the governments take resources and put them in their own pants for power, because that's what fucking maniacal, twisted... I mean, it's in all the movies, bad guys. The bad guys are just running the world now. And everybody's just watching, And the karma keeps coming. And God's like, You know, I had a conversation with a wonderful lady today. She, you know, Grandma was in, she'd be saying right now, you better get good with Jesus. Better get good with Jesus. If you ain't good with Jesus yet, you fucked. Yeah, you're screwed. If you don't got no higher power now, if you don't got nothing outside of yourself, because this is weird, man. And it was all preventable. All preventable. All of it was. People got lazy and they got greedy. And they wouldn't even let people go out and do it, even if they wanted to. You know? And how many of these bureaucrats that are like, you know, we got to cut all these funds to the from I'm not talking about clear cutting. I'm not talking about wiping out deforestation. I'm talking about keeping your shit trim. So when ignoramuses, when accident happened, it doesn't burn up entire communities. PG&E, you were at fault for California. Guess what? Paradise had to evacuate again. They just had to go through this shit. Because the bureaucrats don't do what they're paid for. And now people, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say what I see. I don't want to see. Because all this stuff could have been taken care of. All of it. None of this stuff could have. This whole year could have been entirely different if there wasn't a control paradigm. But it had to happen so that people could see that there is a control paradigm, and it don't matter who you are in life. If you ain't on the fucking right side of the bros club or whatever, if you ain't playing the right game, you better find your own soul tribe. You better find your own freak tribe and make your own little pocket of freaking heaven on this earth, because hell is already here, folks. It's already here. Hell is already here. Hell is already here. This is day 3 of no sunshine. Remember the event that people talk about? I frequently say, well, who's to say that the sun has to go out for 3 days? You know, when there's fires, there's a lot of smoke. Oftentimes people don't see the sun for... It doesn't matter. You know, you could lose your sight for 3... It doesn't matter. People are going through their... I'm going to get under the tree. It's too bright. They're... What do they call it? Their dark night of the soul... You know, to see what vibe you're serving, what God you're serving, the one of God or the no viber Lucy God, because there's so many people that have been serving Lucy God, and it's been fun and playful and cute, and they made a lot of money and it's good, and everybody got to fly around and do all this stuff, but the means that they got to do it were really disgusting and gross, and now the karma's coming around. And so I went to the grocery store today, and it was freaking smoky in Wally World. You know, so I'm not going to make this too long. I've been inside all day. I just you know, part of me is like, you know, the people that are out there that are fighting this. You know, there's still people out there fighting this. Or they're not even really, they're just letting shit burn at this point. They're not fighting the fire. They're just trying to keep more people from dying. Because I think 7 was the last number I saw, you know, that they find in the woods in the last position. Fucking pointless. It's every single one. It's a circle of greed, folks. It's a circle of greed. Ain't no left or right side. No blue or red is gonna frickin' save us. We have to do it locally within our own communities. Well, that's weird. Thanks to Benny. That's what Benny does. Benny likes to chew on my Bernardinas. I was born in San Bernardino. San Bernardino. It always made me feel like I was part dinosaur. And I was close to LA, so technically I'm L-alien. They're on fire too. You know, everybody's kind of on fire right now. So I just wanted to come on real quick and say, hey, and... yeah, heaven, we're creating heaven on. I was just doing a little rain dance. I never played games real good. I always like I'll tell you a little story. I'll just tell some stories. Mom's what is she? And she's good. She just had lunch. Okay, dogs had lunch. We're good. When we played Life when I was a little kid, 1970, 80, 81 time frame, and I always wanted to have, my peg, but I always wanted to put a pink peg in the passenger when after you go to marry. I always hate like, I gotta use the blue peg because it's wrong because I can't, even though I always knew that my peg was pink. I had a pink peg. I wanted a pink peg, and so. And then like you grow up and now I don't know, and then it's just like people have their own ideas of what they want to be for happiness, right? But then they have to globalize it, and then they're like, well, look at it, well let's see, F what makes me happy, what's making them happy, I need to act like that. What's making them happy? I need to wear those shoes. What's making them happy? I need to dress like a taco. Where did they go to school? I need to be like them because they're important. And there's this whole society of people that just couldn't find the goodness in themselves, so they just always look. And I used to be one of them. I was one of them. I had low self-esteem, and now, if I'm not careful, people on a good day will be like, well, aren't you arrogant? Well, I'm not really arrogant. I just been through a lot, and I'm kind of a freaking the whole package, I mean, I might look like I'm but I pretty much hold it together under the circumstances in which I lived, my whole life from the time I was born. I mean, my whole freaking story is extreme because I keep looking for other people like me that has a story like me. And every time I tell this short, I try. Well, I never shared this stuff even in Friends of Bill W. People don't want to hear about babies getting raped and stuff like. People don't want. No, they turn it away. No, that doesn't happen. And I'm like, it happens. Oh, it's so gross how much it happens. And all the stuff that, I mean, being a part of it, knowing it, and then, like, having to watch, it's like a smack in the face, like, tiaras and toddlers, and just, that's disgusting, And, like, even when I was a little girl and I saw these, like, movies like Little Darlings and stuff, I knew that as much as that girl was acting, she didn't want to be there. And it's basically freaking softcore child porn. I mean, I'm just like, I can't believe. And then they call it art. And then they give them awards for their art. That's hush money. It's hush money. That's not there are awards in this world that I would turn down because of the people that give them. I haven't had a Subway sandwich in 10 years. Wait, I think it's a better example that I say that I haven't had running water in 3 years because I chose feeding my dogs. Over the gas the gas bill and the water bill. So and they wouldn't carry, and I paid a bunch down. I'll pay it all off one day, but because people don't give you choices. When they're control freaks, they don't give you choices. And now I'm like, dude, I was telling a woman today, we had a cool conversation. She's trying to help me find a place down around Reading real hard, and I was reminded that I was like, I never knew how to act. People just always told me I didn't act right. You don't act right. Just stop. Just calm down. Just sit down. Be still. Don't move. Just stop. And so I got to be careful not to say that because I hear my parents when I was a little kid, even when I talk to the dogs. I don't want to be like them at all, so I'm just like, get out of the way. I'm just like, whatever I can do to break that karma, to break that pattern. And I was like, I never knew how to act it. I just knew I didn't act right according to them. And then I tried so hard to graduate even high school, and then I was drunk and screwed around and partied and played. And then it occurred to me when I was 25 that I was going to have to take care of Mom one day. I'm not going to be able to do that on a minimum wage job the way I want to do that, because I always had ideas of a life I wanted to live, and I couldn't do that screwing around no more. So I lost 30 pounds, 3 months to get into the Air Force. I went to the recruiter. I said, I know your line. I know your stuff. I said, you get me, all right? I'm signing. I don't got no choice, all right? I'm one of them. I don't got no choice. I need a job. I need a career. I need a college education, and I need it as fast as I can, because mom's getting older. Ended up in the Midwest for 15 years, so I worked in corp America. I worked in hospitals and put myself in IT and all these paradigms just to learn how people acted, to fit in with society. And then I got here, and society said, no, we got no place for you. So no, thank me for my service. Don't ever thank me for my service. Thank me for fucking flipping George Baby Bush off out the goddamn hangar door at Offutt Air Force Base on 9/11, because I knew he fucking did it then. I knew what he did. And I signed my life away for 6 years. But the thing is back years ago I gave my life to God, and that trumps it all. That trumps it all. That trumps it all. Because Jesus has my soul. You just got 6 years. That whole paradigm, that whole control, it's all the reason why all the fires are burning, from karma, from all of that. All of it. It's all coming back. And there's hell to pay. But first, once everything burns down, then the quiet, and then the rebirth, and then the new earth, without the control. Because there's more of them than us. And might is not right. And we're going to see miracles. We're going to see light warriors standing up. I don't recommend doing any of these things, because people that do this stuff are, so you're, and they will speak against the controller, and guns will jam, and tanks will jam, and they will be divinely protected. Because this is the earth. We have to make the earth. We have to make the earth viable. I don't even have kids. I have nieces. I want them to be able to go to school with their friends without this shit. And have sleepovers. And come up and visit me and Grandma. And I want to teach them how to cook and bake bread. And no, their dad already did that, but their dad would never let me teach them how to throw knives. But I could teach them how to do a bow and arrow, go fishing. Teach them how to, read nature like I know nature. Yeah. So I will be meditating here in a little while. Anyway, I'm good. It's an emotional time. It's an emotional time for all of us. 8 minutes ago, there's a 5.0 in Papua New Guinea. That's why you gotta keep it light. You gotta feel the emotions, allow the emotions to come through you, wash through you. Give it to the earth. Take your shoes off. Go outside. Put your feet in the dirt. Go find some grass. Dance it out. I was dancing all over Wally World today, because I do this little with my shopping cart. I dance with my shopping cart, and I'll push it back and forward and stuff, and especially when we have a whole row. It's really quite... I'm pretty good with shopping carts. I used to have a trick where if you put them backwards, I could freaking ride one like a freaking skateboard. I wrecked them like skateboards too and tumbled over. I've done a lot of stupid stuff in my life just trying to freaking figure it out, man. I'm just a fool. That's why I need friends to be like Marge. Don't do that. Because I don't always have the discernment. I really don't. But it's kind of a good thing, because I'm the only one I know that flipped Baby Bush the bird out the hangar door 9/11. I'm the only one on the planet that's... because nobody else, I didn't see anybody else doing it. So that makes my heart feel good right there. You know, because I'm just that dumb freaking retarded girl with the speech impediment that they said nothing, that would never amount to nothing. You know, and I got the actual pictures of that I took on Operation Iraqi bullshit and stuff. You know, I mean, I got a lot of historical shit, you know. And it's you know, they took advantage of people. They took advantage of a lot of us. Because a lot of us, like, freaking, we're just like people just like me. They're just trying to take care of their family. Now, I only had the freaking clear conscience to only do 6 years. God, there's no way I could do 20 years. I'm not that. No, no. So people, so they're just part of this. I mean, yay you. Can I get $1,000? Yay you. You know, I mean, and they don't got to pay for medical. They don't, you know, their families don't. I know one guy who freaking had his kid. A lot of people have their kids have all. No, never see a bill. You know, that could be for everyone, but no, they're greedy and selfish. And now we're getting hella being paid. You know, so that's all right. Yeah, I think I don't know if they're still protesting. If people want to go fight against stuff and protest, why don't you get a freaking chainsaw and shit and freaking grab some brakes and some hose and go out in the freaking start thinning shit out. Put your energy into some useful means, you know. And they kept charging more and more and more and more and more and more. Come to our parks. I've done this. It's been my bitch for years. Because every year is fire season. And because it's close to my heart, because I grew up in Reading, and if you grew up in freaking anywhere in freaking around Firesville, that it's in everybody's face. And every year they kept buying themselves bigger trucks, like the USD, like the bigger, you know, and bigger buildings, and we're here to serve, and getting letterheads in there, you know. I'm all about production, and like, so I think of organizations down to the maintenance on the fleets of their vehicles, and how often they piss away money, and how these guys beat the shit out of these trucks, and they're in the shop all the time, and it's, you know, on everybody's dime. Motor pool in the military is the same thing. I live by the motor pool in the city of Salem, you know. They get to sign shit out, and it's like, why can't everybody use that? Why can't everybody pays for it? Oh, because they'll wreck it. No, fucker, you wreck it, bitch. It's all that stuff. It's all this. See, the new earth is all about inclusion. Not membership, paid membership required. It is a huge red flag to me when I see freaking paid membership. Oh yeah, come here. You know, I mean, unless there's a balance and they're giving, you know, if you're giving shit away and everybody got to make money, there got to be balance. But, you know, if you start out doing stuff for free, I'm not always going to do these videos. I'm going to be busy one day. You know, hopefully I'll be able to do like a weekly check-in and not be in people's faces 2-3 times a day. Want to make some real friends. But until then, you know, here I am. Because this is how people got to freaking stay sane, man. If I had nobody to talk to, which I know people are there, because I see the love, then I would just keep, what's the point of living? Other people are the point of living. You know, and I gotta keep talking because there's a lot of people that don't want to live right now. I can feel it. I'm not one of them. I want to live. I want to live joyfully. I want to live happily. I want to teach other people that under the most extreme circumstances, even if hell's, you know, hell on earth is whatever's happening, you know, you dance it out. Go out joyfully, or go live in joyfully, you know. And even if you're going out scared, ain't doing nothing. No, you know, being scared, people staying scared. Fear is just a nasty vibe, man. Fear is just, that's what they got us by the balls. They've gotten us all by the balls because of fear. And now the truth is coming out because it's 2020, the year of clear vision, and people are figuring out all the masks, it's all bullshit. And me and people like we have been reporting it, so I'm not the only. There's a lot of people that know, hey, this is bullshit, but it's like, oh, you think they're still buying it? You know, oh wait, now it makes it harder to breathe because of the fires. Should we still tell them to wear the mask? Oh shit, we're confused. Wait. I hope they don't realize it's our fault because Seriously, go check out the scene in Toys where they're like looking at the fake poop and vomit, and then like the room gets smaller. That's what they did with all of the resources that they were supposed to use to take care of the earth, to be the custodians of the earth. And they didn't do it. All the bureaucrats. D's, R's, it don't matter. Y'all fucked. How about some N's for neutrals? You know, a little splish splash of this and that. I never bought into the donkey freaking elephant. I mean, I like the animals, but I'm just like, dude, they all talk out on both sides of their mouth. They aren't for anything. They're for whoever they're in. They're it's all games. It's all a reindeer game, and they spend gazillions of dollars on it, and then say, poor people, you don't deserve subsidies, and you don't deserve places to live. You don't deserve these things because you, well, they think that they're better, or that, you know, they don't recognize that we're all spirits having a human experience, and that they're you know, and especially if they start touting God and stuff like that, and that they're God-fearing people, you are definitely serving the wrong God. You are doing it wrong. You are serving the Lucy God if you don't care about everybody. Yep. This is not. Did I see Jody? I should probably go inside. My nose is starting to run. And that's another thing. I'm like, who gets to say my nose? Hi, I saw Jody. Who gets to say my nose hairs are inept? My nose hairs have been keeping me healthy and bacteria virus free for years and years and years and years. A lot of people. And I could say that I'm even immune compromised. I could fall in that category. 6.4 ounces at 10 months. Because of my lungs being under, yeah, I could fall into that category. You know what? I stay healthy too. I do. I take care of myself because nobody else is gonna. I wish they would. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I really want to be taken. Oh yes, I would love to be. Oh God, yeah, I'd be cool if somebody just took care of me. I'm cool for that. I ain't nobody's hero. Somebody save me. No, I'm just kidding. My cookies are kicking in. I know you always been a rebel, Jody. I already know that about you. I think that's a Jody thing. I've known a handful of. I don't think I've ever met. See, there's some people that have names that it's just like, yeah, I've never met somebody with that name that I didn't like. You know. And at Kimberly, I went to school at some point. I think it was Lassen View. God, I've been to so many schools. I was a new kid all the time, and we didn't even get the benefits of being a military brat. Lassen View, there was a Kimberly Wimberly. But yes, and then some people, they have the names, and you're just like, I'm just like, yeah, I don't like you. Yeah, I never met a Chet or a Brett. And like people with all the, like really, really, really soup down common names. I don't know. I think much about them as they think about themselves, I guess. Yay! I'm glad you got a DOG. Right on. Save all the animals! And the animals save you right back. My critters, I don't know what I would do without them. So, alright, well, I'm going to wrap this up. I want to thank folks for hanging out. I just wanted to tell this story essentially about the freaking spotted owl and how they've been, you know, saying, you know, let's do these things and cut these things for the good. Let's not take care of the forest for this. And then they turned out to be the creeps that were freaking hunting the owls the whole times and doing all the trophy hunting and stuff like that. So... well, Kimberly's not a common name either, so that's a given. You're not common. People don't name people. And I remember Kimberly, was it Kim Fields or Kim? There's a couple of Kimberlys. Margaret. I mean, I don't like my name. I was named after people. An aunt on my mother's side, on my dad's side, Aunt Nanya. Called her Nanya. What the fuck do you call it? Somebody Nan? What's that? I guess people got named other things because my dad couldn't pronounce things, so they just, instead of That's how spoiled he was. Holy shit. Instead of them correcting his speech, then they were just always known as other names their whole entire life. Holy fuck. Oh, that is so funny considering all the effort I spent with flashcards and stuff to not talk funny. So I wouldn't talk funny because I'd get yelled at if I talked. If I didn't talk right around him. Oh my goodness. And people think that early it's just a realization. I'm not gonna let it freaking ruin my day, but I'm just like, that is so funny, you know. Just take that as a lesson to you that when people are exceptionally hard on people, other people, they're the freaking smallest, tiniest little freaking beings. People that want power and control and prestige and look at me, aren't I wonderful? All that stuff, man, they are so freaking empty inside. And I thought everybody knew that, and evidently they don't. I'm hugging a tree. I walked through. Oh, ashes everywhere. Oh, God, a bad idea. Oh, Marge. Poor trees. Sorry that they did this to you because they're freaking cheap, lazy, bureaucratic F-bags because they're freaking, but they're all wearing their $1,000 suits, their tens and $1,000 suits, and oh, vote and get your election sticker and blah 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 and the whole fuck. I mean, really, does that stuff even really matter when people are freaking being melted outside of their homes and shit like that because these people keep perpetuating the idea of nonsense? Check out Toys, 1992. It was a good movie. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.